Oh my
Hi.
goodness. Hey, house guest. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 11 Digital Daily
Wait,
Update.
I like the little curl in the front.
Well, you're a flathead today. What can I say? But we have so much to talk about. First of all, our house guests of the day are Kathleen Czakierski or Czakierski. I'm sorry, I say your name wrong every year, I'm sure. And Brady Mathiasen. Thank you all so much for the support.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to give a crack?
Czakierski.
Okay. Thank you all so much for the support. We really appreciate it. And
Why do you always move that over so far?
I don't know. I think that's from before.
No.
But thank you all so much for the support. If you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Okay.
I know why, because you went on the other page to copy the
I think you're
tags.
right. Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a process. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's going to be a crazy update here, William.
Oh my gosh.
So
I wonder what tomorrow's going to be.
I know. Before we get to the new stuff, when we left off the other day, Kuzi, Big Daddy K, HOH, was preparing to make her nominations. She has said many times that this is her HOH.
That's right.
And she will be calling the shots.
Good.
Not the boys, Ty and Zach.
Good.
And I was like really nervous at first because it felt like she was going to do what Ty wanted.
She seemed to be so close to Ty that it seemed like, yeah, Ty was running the HOH, kind of.
But Kuzi! Kuzi's a baller. Okay, so
I am on a roll. I'm on the Kuzi coaster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kuzi was planning on putting up Santina and Vanessa, and Zach and Ty approved of these nominations, but they want Vanessa out, and Kuzi wants Santina out. So you know that Ty and Zach are going to be putting in work to try and change things up here. So they're scheming. They're trying to rebuild their old group and bring in one new person, Kuzi. So this group would be Ty, Zach, Hope, Santina, Jonathan, and then adding in Kuzi.
I mean, is Daniel C in that group?
No.
No, but he thinks he is.
He is a drag along.
Oh, a dingleberry?
So Ty presented this alliance to Kuzi, and Kuzi's like, well, first of all, Jonathan is not
no effing way
ever going to work with you or Zach again. That is
never.
For sure. And I would have to say I agree with that.
Absolutely. He would never.
Kuzi had another concern. I was not part of that original alliance that you guys had, so like
she's the bottom.
This is not a good position for her to be in.
It's not a power bottom.
It's not. So yeah, that is where it ended last time. And it seemed like Kuzi was not going to be putting up with anybody's crap.
Right.
So today's Digital Daily, action packed. It covers yesterday, day 23 in the house.
Yes.
POV competition is done. We're going to get there in a second.
Yeah. This is power packed.
Okay.
Power packed.
Right. So we come in on Hope and Kuzi chatting in the HOH room. And we know at this point that, let's just skip and say Hope won the power of veto.
And 5K.
Yes. And it sounds like
he was jazzed.
Someone will be coming down. So, okay, that's fine and dandy, whatever. So Hope is sharing his thoughts, and he says, I would be cool with, like, Shania going.
Okay.
And you know Kuzi's just like,
Shania?
Like, why?
Yeah.
Hope does not want to see Renee going up again, which is what Zach and Ty have been pushing. Lame. So Kuzi's like, I think the Dan could be a good option. You know, I don't really envision myself working with him ever. He hasn't really had many game conversations with me. He's a strong competitor. So that would be a good person to have on her resume. And then we find out that Kuzi put Hope on the block. What? I was not expecting that.
Thanks for putting me up on the block.
Yeah, he was genuinely like, thanks, because that gave him the chance to play in the POV comp. He won.
He killed it.
And again, he won $5,000 along with that.
So that means Vanessa must have won the Bel Air direct safety.
Right, because originally Vanessa was supposed to be going up on the block with Santina. We did not see Vanessa for even a second.
No,
in
not
this,
even vacuuming.
in this
She said,
digital
"Screw
daily.
this! I'm not vacuuming.
I'm safe. I'm out of here. I'm not doing any cleaning this week."
Daniel was vacuuming.
That's got to really send a message to the house that Vanessa
Yeah.
won the safety after like standing up to the guys.
Mhm.
So
Thank you for the super chat, Benjamin.
oh, thank you, Benjamin.
We appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. He said thank you for all you do.
Thank you. So yeah, we know that Hope is up on the block with Santina.
So Hope is going to use the veto because he doesn't want to stay on the block.
I mean, we're assuming we're gonna get there, but anyway,
we're not there yet.
We're not. So then Hope is trying to find out some more information. Like he's asking Kuzi, "Do you trust Daniel C and Anika?" Because everybody knows that they're a pretty tight trio, right?
Mhm.
So Kuzi's like, "I do trust them, but I'm not sure how hard they are prepared to play this game."
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Anika honestly
she's really stepping it up.
She's stepping it up. She is learning the game. I think she has the chance to be a strong competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, I feel like, is getting a little bit lost in the sauce.
I'm so disappointed. Daniel was our early pick, and I feel like I should just retire after this because I read him so wrong. Daniel, you did us dirty.
He's getting distracted here. We'll talk about it. But Hope is all pumped up from his big POV win. He's like, "I found a new purpose here. I don't want to leave anymore. I just want to compete and win everything."
Okay.
And he's saying, I'm sorry, the up and down with Hope is a lot. But he's saying he will protect Kuzi and he will support whatever she wants to do 100%.
But he's still going to marry Zach.
I guess. All right. So
marry, kill, F. He'll marry Zach. He'll kill Renee. And he'll F Kuzi.
Kill Renee, but he's like besties with Renee.
No.
Unless she's up on the block with Rob. Right?
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat,
Thank
Theodore.
you.
Vanessa's impact on this season is insane. Waking up the house guests about Zach and now winning safety to change how this week's outcome would look. She also knows we are rooting for her game.
Yes, so hopefully that will empower her to do more stuff like that.
Yeah,
moving forward.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we have Daniel C and Anika chatting in the parlor.
Right. And Anika is such a low talker.
It is hard to hear.
It's really hard to hear.
She's a very good whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, these two
I'm not
feel
a very good hearer.
No. These two feel like Ty is the person to take out this week. Right. And I agree.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like Ty has so many more connections than Zach at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zach is already a target, right? But not as many people are looking at Ty at this point. He's still able to kind of like move around in the shadows. It would be a great move to take out Ty, but Kuzi is not going to do that because she's super close to him, unfortunately. So Daniel knows that, and he says, we can't even like present that to Kuzi because she would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
So Daniel is under the impression that Zach will be going up, and he's not happy about it.
Because Zach thinks he's pretty.
Zach has been flirting with Daniel like crazy. And Daniel is at the point where if it's Zach and Santina up on the block, he wants to vote out Santina.
Now, if it was marry, kill, F with Daniel, it would be marry Zach, F Anika, kill Kuzi.
I don't want to play this game.
Because he doesn't want anyone getting between him and his man.
Yeah, I mean, he seems pretty ticked off with Kuzi at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess Kuzi came back to Daniel and Anika with some info. I couldn't really tell if it was Ty or Zach that she was talking about who said that they'd be willing to put up Daniel or Anika like next week, basically, and they're expendable. So Kuzi brought that back to Daniel and Anika, and Daniel didn't want to believe it.
Daniel was in tears.
Oh my God.
To Kuzi.
Yeah.
In tears at the thought of anybody saying anything bad.
Not anybody. Zach.
Well,
anybody saying anything bad about
Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is in deep here. This was also interesting because I didn't feel like until that point, like, that Kuzi was going to put Zach up on the block.
Not at all.
What we saw in the last digital daily,
right?
It seemed like Zach was going to be safe this week.
Well, I guess she was kind of forced to make a big move
with Vanessa
because
being safe.
Vanessa got the safety.
Yeah. So Daniel thinks that Kuzi is setting herself up to be in a good spot moving forward, but he feels like in the process she is blowing up their games by getting rid of Zach.
And the house would be so boring if Zach wasn't there.
That is so embarrassing for Daniel.
To give him good back rubs with his chest hair.
Well, Daniel was also saying, like, I'm annoyed with, like, people trying to help and people trying to protect me from Zach. Like, I can make my own decisions.
I'm a grown-ass man. Well, then act like one.
I can't. All right. So he's feeling hurt right now. He's feeling betrayed. And yeah, he said that the house is going to be boring without Zach. Stop. Okay. So anyway, it's bad. All right. Moving on. Renee and Hope are playing pool in the library. And you know it's always about to go down when Renee pulls out that pool stick. So, okay.
Hope's pretty good at pool.
I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention to the pool. I was just listening to what they were saying.
He was doing pretty well.
Okay.
I mean, none of them are great. But
yeah.
Like,
we've heard little bits and pieces of this in the last few weeks or whatever, but I wasn't sure what the deal was. Apparently, Hope lied about his age to the other house guests. He is 23 years old, but he told people that he's 28.
Oh, 28?
Yeah.
Because I thought she said he lied by 7 years.
She thought he was 21 at first.
Oh, okay.
So he's 23. I'm not sure who all knows the truth now. I know that Renee and Zach definitely know. Do. Yeah, but interesting. What
does it even matter?
I don't know. Maybe they thought, oh, if he's 23, like he's immature, but like they can just see that. They don't need to know how old he is.
Yeah.
So anyway, Hope is telling Renee, look, I want to play an honest game and stay true to myself. So there's something I need to tell you.
Oh boy.
So Hope admits to Renee that he voted her out last week. He says it was just a pity vote for Rob. Don't take it personally.
Do you think she wanted to say, hey, you stupid F, why would you do that to me? Or she just like kept it like,
I mean, she kept her cool for sure. I would have been pissed. I mean,
she's got to work with him, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Renee says, at least you were honest about it. I'm not going to hold anything against you. The past is in the past. And it was just a pity vote. Like, I get it.
They're convinced that the other vote is not Vanessa.
Well, she asked, like, do you think it's Vanessa? And Hope said no. What? All right. But anyway,
sometimes he knows what's going on and sometimes he's just dumb.
Yeah.
In the game.
He can be quite naive.
Not a dumb in real life.
It's killing me the way that he's lashing on to Zach.
Yeah.
Stop. But Renee tells Hope, like, don't do that again with the votes. Like, don't do that because it's really going to start mattering. And
okay, I will.
Don't do it. But looking at this week, they both agree they are not worried about Santina at this point. They feel like there are bigger fish to fry. Do they agree on who those fish are, though? Because I'm having my doubts.
I wonder who they well, I guess they think that Dan will be going up because that's what
Kuzi said to Hope.
Yeah.
But as we go on, it seems more like Kuzi was just saying that to Hope.
No, but I mean, as far as they're concerned.
I'm just saying for us.
Yeah. For us behind the TV.
Yeah, because she knows how close Hope is with Zach, so she didn't need that getting back to him yet. But anyway, Kuzi and Anika have a chat in the HOH room, and Kuzi is explaining why she would want Zach out over Ty. Because it seems like Anika was trying to say, like, I think Ty is the better option to go.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Right. I mean, I do think he is. But yeah, anyway. Kuzi says that Zach is a rat.
He is.
He's like nibbling at people's toes or whatever. She doesn't like the way he's walking around like he owns the place. And she also doesn't like the way that he flirts with Daniel when she knows that that's not like an actual thing.
She thinks he's playing a dirty game.
I mean, yeah. It does feel a lot like
icky
Kevin Martin with William.
Or the other guy with the other guy.
Or other Kevin with Josh. Or I mean, it goes on. The list goes on and on. But she does not want to see Daniel fall victim to that same trope, right? And she feels like if Zach goes, Daniel will be more focused. She is trying to strengthen Daniel, not weaken him with this move. And she says, look, if Zach is still here and Daniel wins HOH, Zach is going to be controlling that HOH.
Yeah.
You freaking know it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they were talking about Ty, and Kuzi says Ty is pissed at her right now because he's under the impression that Dan could be going up, and he does not want that, which is so funny because remember when Ty did want Dan out? But now I think because it looks like they're not going to get Jonathan to work with them again, they're like, we need some numbers here.
Right.
And Ty is all of a sudden like, yep, okay, let's keep Dan.
Right.
So he's telling Kuzi that he doesn't want Dan going up. And he's telling her that's one of my numbers. It's going to mess up my game. Well, you're not HOH, so
Yeah.
tough shit. But it seems like, again, Anika is pushing for Ty to go over Zach because Ty, he has Santina. He's got Claudia. He's got a lot of numbers that Zach does not have. Plus, Ty is really good at competitions.
Right.
And Kuzi's like, I get what you're saying. Like, everything you're saying right now is correct. There's nothing wrong here. I acknowledge it. However, she says Zach just angers her. She does not like the way that he plays. She does not want to be associated with him. And she wants Zach to pay for what he's done already in this game. Right. She says, I will be happy if all I do in this game is take out Zach.
She'd be happily at home eating her biscuits, watching
That's what she
TV.
said. Love that.
And I'm sure by biscuits she means cookies.
I mean, either way, delicious.
Yeah. Unless you're gluten intolerant.
Maybe they're gluten-free.
Oh.
So, Kuzi brings up how Hope was saying that Zach is his number one, which it just is crazy. I mean, he took out your friend last week, a friend that you were close enough with that you threw him a pity vote, and you're just all like, Zach, I want to make something of my life. Like, tell me how to do it.
Yeah.
The real life element is really playing into things here because I think Hope sees Zach as somebody who can help him grow his business outside the house. And I just hate when that stuff like really comes into play.
Yes.
It feels icky. But anyway, Kuzi says, okay, we already talked about that. She just feels
giving
like
me an eye twitch.
Yeah. Zach needs to go first because Daniel is just falling deeper and deeper in
love with Zach.
Yeah.
Kill, marry, F.
Anika tells Kuzi, you're doing great, sweetie.
You know, said,
don't stress.
You know what? It's Zach for all three.
No! All right. So then Anika was training Shania, doing some weightlifting. Of course, the guys were like, oh, form's not right, blah, blah, blah.
Get over it.
Get a life. Okay.
What do you know about training women?
Right? But anyway, then this conversation. Oh my God. Kuzi and Ty chatting in the HOH room.
Oh my God. This was power struggle.
Yeah.
Power struggle. Yeah. We were like, don't tell Ty. Is she going to tell Ty? Don't tell Ty. Don't tell Ty.
This was like watching a tennis match.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kuzi and Ty, here we go. Kuzi says, I'm honestly getting irritated because everyone is coming to me and telling me what they want and making their case. And she says, in no world is taking out Renee a great move. Like, people need to stop trying to tell me that.
Yeah.
Zach and Ty. Yes, she's correct here. Like, that would be such a dumb move to take out Renee this week.
Says, I think I would like to take out maybe Dan or Zach.
Well, yeah, she's like, I'm going to be honest with you. And you may not like it, but those are the two people that I'm in between right now. And she lets Ty know, like, people have brought up your name.
Oh.
But I would never do that.
Never, ever.
So she's basically telling him, like, look, you're in some trouble here. So freaking don't be putting up a fight because...
Yeah, because I could easily put you up.
There are people who want your ass.
Yeah.
So she says, you know, I can't say the same for Zach. I might have to put him up on the block. I don't like the way he moves in this game.
How he moves?
How he moves. So... I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie.
No.
But anyway, yeah, again, Kuzi is talking about how she doesn't like the way that Zach acts with Daniel, the flirting and all that.
It's icky.
She brings up how Daniel C was crying over him. So then Ty is like, well, everyone is expecting Renee to go up this week.
No.
Are they? He was like, even Renee is expecting to go up. So he says Renee going up would ruffle the least amount of feathers. And don't think that this is just what Zach wants. Like, if that's what's holding you back, it's not, everybody is thinking this is going to happen. This argument is so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
She basically is saying, like, that would be a waste of an HOH. If you were the HOH, would you do such a puss move as to put, Renee up and have Renee go home?
He might, but it's more.
I doubt
it's more of a benefit for his game to do that than for Kuzi. What does that do for her?
It's too soon to go after my number one.
Ty is terrified of all the big guys
was
going,
pooping in a diaper,
and then he doesn't have any more shields left.
Yeah.
So
he was really sweating it.
Oh yeah. He almost completely ignores the possibility of Zach going up on the block because he's so convinced that there's no way she's going to do it.
Every time they start talking, he starts deflecting.
Talking about Dan going up.
Dan.
But not just like,
Renee.
Oh, Dan should go up. He's talking about why Dan shouldn't go up.
Right.
Because not only is he trying to make sure that Zach doesn't go up, he's also trying to protect Dan here, which is insane.
And he's also trying to protect Santina.
He's trying to push for Renee to go up. And if it's not that, he's not going to be happy.
Right.
So he's like, if you put Dan up, you're going to lose Zach, Shania, Claudia. I mean, she could lose Zach just by getting rid of him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not going to have the numbers to take Dan out.
Why would she care about losing Zach when Zach's a big fat liar?
I know. And she even brought up that she feels like he's not honest with her. And
Right.
Ty was like, no, it's not true.
Okay.
But he's saying, like, it's too early, Helen, to take out Dan. So Ty says Renee is the best move. And I don't know how he said that without laughing.
He did turn to the side for a second and was like,
oh my God. And then he asked Kuzi, did you come here to win?
Yes.
He was like, so.
Are you just trying to make a big move?
If I was Kuzi, I would feel so insulted by this conversation that I would consider putting up Ty instead. I don't care if you're working with him, just put him up because this dude is clearly not your friend.
No.
But he's saying, like, Renee is an indirect threat to you. What? Because she's a threat to you?
If she takes out Zach, would Ty be more likely to work with her as a number, even though she slighted him?
I mean, it depends how desperate he is, right?
Storm,
he
right?
knows he needs numbers.
If he needs the numbers.
Depends who's in power, too. So Kuzi is trying to, like, get this conversation back on track. She says this conversation is about Zach, not Dan. Ty is like, I will not support Zach going up on the block.
Right.
Maybe I'll go along with Dan, but not Zach. Who do you think you are?
It's not your HOH.
Oh my God. So Ty continues to talk about Dan. And Kuzi's like, hello, you don't need Zach in here to win this game. You can win without him.
I know I don't need Zach.
So
but I still want him.
Then Ty accuses Kuzi.
Marry.
Ty accuses Kuzi of wanting to keep around all the weak players and go to the end with them. Again, he's terrified that these like weak players are going to gang up on him and take him out because there's no like big guys left.
Well, he's also hiding behind the like, oh, you want a good player to win, right? It should be a good player that
I don't care. I'd be like, whatever. Like, I want to win. I don't give a shit.
Don't you think Renee has her version of the game that she's playing? You know, just because she's not playing your game, she is playing her game.
Yeah.
It's then no less game than your game. You still have to get to the end.
Yeah. So I was starting to see at this point in the conversation similarities to when he was grilling Vanessa about her vote last week.
Right.
Being smug, how he starts like asking all these questions, trying to trip people up on like technicalities just to be like, oh, well, you're contradicting yourself.
Right.
So she accuses him of trying to put things into her head.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And she starts.
It did get a little heated.
It gets a little heated. She starts raising her voice here, and Ty reprimands her, and he's like, keep your cool with me, Kuzi.
He was also raising his voice at several points.
Yeah. Gross. So Kuzi is sticking to her guns here. And Ty basically says, if Renee does not go up on the block, then that just shows me that you're working with her. There's something going on that you're not telling me.
Not working with her. Well, then why won't you get rid of her if you're not working with her?
Because that's dumb. So Ty's like, I'm not trying to bully your HOH week.
But you are.
We heard this conversation. We know what you're doing. And Kuzi says, well, the move that I make is going to benefit me first and foremost. Like, I want to help out my allies and stuff too, but it needs to benefit me because I'm the HOH. This is my week.
And it would be disgusting to want to play this game in a honest way and not make a move that's worthy of being the HOH. Why don't you take out low-hanging fruit?
I know. So this conversation goes on for a little while longer. It's a lot of the same stuff being brought up.
It goes around and around in a circle.
Yeah.
There's one point talking about putting Dan up on the block, and Dan pops his head into the HOH
to clean the bathroom.
Oh, Dan.
Anyway,
hi, it's Dan.
Yeah, this is Dan.
Yeah.
A little while later, Ty and Hope are chatting in the backyard. And I guess Hope was like talking before about wanting to leave again because now he's like, oh, I want to stay.
I have a new purpose.
He's saying, I want to be able to like make something of myself after this. And I want to take a bullet for you, Ty, and Zach at some point in this game. Oh
Why?
My God. Oh, lame. So Ty's like, oh, really? Well, I might need you to do something weird this week. I might need you. Also, from this conversation, we can tell that Hope does not understand how the veto works. But he was like, I might need you to use the POV on Santina instead of on yourself. What does that matter? Kuzi can still put up Zach. It doesn't matter.
I guess he feels like he can get Dan up there maybe and
have Santina's vote, I guess. I don't know. But like, I don't think it's the power move that he thinks it is. It's just going to make Hope look really dumb. And then, But anyway, then, and by the way, Hope seemed open to this.
Actually, if she put up Zach against Hope, he thinks he could get the votes to get rid of Hope, I guess, who used the veto because they wanted him to.
Nah, I think Zach would still go.
I don't know.
But anyway, then the last thing we see, Ty has a quick conversation. Last significant thing. We also have those calf raises with Hope and Zach at the end. But anyway, Ty and Zach are off on their own. And Ty tells Zach, you effed up by pushing Renee as the replacement nominee with Kuzi. She didn't like that. She's not happy about it. And she's thinking about putting up you or Dan. So Zach is shook. He's like, oh my God, what? Me?
Yeah.
So
he really peed in his diaper when he said that. So he really did.
The a-hole really jumps out of Ty here. He really shows his ass. He's like, well, I told Kuzi that she's not putting you up. So he says, worst case scenario, Dan goes up this week.
No.
We'll see about that.
No.
So anyway, he instructs Zach to try and smooth things over with Kuzi, but don't make it obvious because she doesn't need to know that Ty spilled the beans to Zach that he could potentially be going up.
He doesn't want her. He doesn't want Zach go and talk to her.
I think she's going to know.
Because it's going to be too obvious. Just have a casual conversation with her and say, I'm really sorry. I was a little bit forceful before. I stepped out of line a little bit.
Well, anyway, that's that. The POV ceremony is probably over by now in real time. Should have happened today.
Wait till tomorrow morning when they put up the digital daily.
I know. I just hope, please. I really hope that Kuzi stuck to her guns.
Please, Zach. Don't put up the wrong digital daily because we don't want to have to wait for this news. Please.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see if Ty went with his BS of asking Hope to use the veto on Santina. Like, what?
Will Hope be stupid enough to do it?
I think he would be dumb enough to do it, but like, I don't think that they would get the goal that they're trying to achieve. Like, I don't know. What is the point of that? Just looking dumb?
I guess.
Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. We're not seeing everything, but
either way, though, like, I guess his goal is to save Santina.
He wants his cake and he wants to be able to eat it too. He wants Santina. He wants Zach. He wants Dan. He wants Renee out. That's what he wants, and he's not going to be happy until he gets that. But I'm hoping he's just not going to be happy this week.
Will he be willing to sacrifice Hope to keep Zach?
Oh, yeah. If it's between Hope and Zach, he wants Zach.
Yeah, but will Hope be able to stay over Zach?
I think.
Who does he think he's going to get?
I don't know. I can't do the whole breakdown right now, but
All right. That's just such a macaque plan.
Mhm.
Macaque.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Ty would want to be like, oh, Hope wants to go home, so we have to vote him out. So lame. But anyway, thank you all so much for being
If
here.
that was the case, then he wouldn't use the veto at all.
I don't know. What can I say? Let us know your theories in the comments. Thank you all so much for being here. We will be back again tomorrow for more. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.